What's up, y'all? I look like 10 pounds of dog shit, but this video is late. Um, Before I get started, I want to say a couple things about wrestling. Rest in peace, Vern Gagne. I didn't even know he passed until my brother told me. Very sad news. I think he was in the Hall of Fame. He was in the Hall of Fame in 2006 for WWE at WrestleMania 22. I didn't know too much about him, but apparently he was he was a great promoter, respected trainer, respected legend. Rest in peace, Vern Gagne. And the second thing is Angelina Love and Davey Richards are engaged. Uh, I follow her on Twitter, Angelina Love, and she announced that she's engaged to Davey Richards. That's a big, like, wow. I was fucking spanking my monkey to that bitch for like 10 years, bro. Since Angelina Love started, I was fucking self-milking, self-juicing, to Angelina Love, and she's fucking engaged to that midget Davey Richards, a big old fucking ears vanilla midget. Fucking asshole, man. But congratulations to those two. So yeah, that American Wolf is gonna be cutting that Canadian pussy every single night with them big ass floppy tits. Oh, Teen Wolf. Okay, now on to the motherfucking video. Gene Carlos. I took requests. Not a lot of people submitted. He was like the only one that made a request. He requested that I talk about Punk and some stupid comment that Punk said like last month. I've never actually talked about CM Punk. I didn't care to do this, but I've never really talked about CM Punk since I started making these vids. Gene Carlos is a good friend and an awesome guy. I'm gonna put his link down in the description. Sub to the man today. By the way, this whole time I've been calling you Gene Carlos. I really hope I'm pronouncing it right. But anyway, CM Punk. I don't really have a lot to say about Punk because I'm gonna say this real quick. This whole time in WWE, he got pushes way over the hell he ever deserved. Yes, he did. And even when he started in ECW, I was like, WWE's gonna regret this if they don't, stop doing that. And they continue to do it. They continue to push him. He won the ECW title in his first year. Won world heavyweight title way too soon. He won it from fucking Edge his first time in the Money in the Bank cash, and I was like, it doesn't feel like he's champion. Like, it was just there. Terribly booked out of ring. Lost, and then he's had a couple more. And yeah, he was over pushing. I'm like, WWE's gonna regret this because they don't have the rights to his name or anything like that. And since then, like the same thing with Kurt Angle. Since then, like they've been trademarking everybody. Like John Cena's like the last one, and Randy Orton. They even misspelled Batista's name, But yeah, that's pretty much a summary of his career. Now I'm gonna tell you this: the only time I ever liked CM Punk was I liked him in '08 when like the whole year of '08 I liked him. He didn't really do shit besides win the title, win Money in the Bank, win the title. I attended a show and he got booed. I attended the ECW SmackDown after WrestleMania that year. I liked him in '08. He was a tag team champion with Kofi Kingston. So yeah, '08 I liked him, right? In 2010, I thought the Schrader Society was pretty cool. And then that's pretty much it. Like, yeah, so I liked Punk in '08. I thought the Schrader Society was pretty cool. Not the best, not as hot as the Nexus, but it was pretty cool. And then I don't want to forget anything. I really hated his push in 2011. The fact that he cut that pipe bomb promo. I was in Peru when that happened, brother. So I missed it. But everybody, oh my God, for that whole summer of Punk, everybody, Punk, he's pipe bomb. He's changing the business. And yes, did he change the business, brother? But anyway, so yeah, I liked him in '08. I thought the Schrader Society was pretty cool. It was alright. And then the only time I really cared for him after that, I disliked him every other year, like '09 and all. I disliked him, and his fans. But The only time I really ever cared for him was between the Royal Rumble 2014 and WrestleMania 30. You know, between them two pay-per-views, that was like the time that he left, and people were asking, "Will he come back?" You know, and then of course last Thanksgiving when he did that podcast with Coco Cabana, I was kind of confused, baffled by some of the shit he said on that podcast, but mostly I actually had his side. The fact that they had him wrestle with his scalp infection and like they put this motherfucker to work, hurt, like he was broken down. They had him loose to all these part timers. When he was going to be the one there. So yeah, one of the people. I was one of the people that actually had his back on that. I didn't like some of the shit he said to Cabana, like about how, oh, it's not about the money and I make WrestleMania, not the big stars. Some of the stuff he said, I should have been paid more. I didn't agree with that shit, but I did like the stuff Vince and Triple H put him through. I was on his side, The fact that he wanted to go to a wedding and then they didn't let him, they wanted him to work that day, and then them firing him on his wedding day, totally not cool. Fuck them for that. But then apparently he opened his mouth and said that wrestling was fake. And from what I understand, he completely contradicted everything he said at the podcast. I understand he's mad. And he's mad, He spoke his mind finally. He probably had this burning in him for 10 months. He speaks his mind and then the fucking doctor files a lawsuit against him. That's bullshit. And then his wife wants to leave, I'm all for that, but he didn't need to contradict himself. That was completely out of line. He's being a hypocrite. And another thing is, he's joining the UFC. Now, this one bitch on Rope Laramie got all pitchy bitch because she got attacked for opening her big fat mouth. She's like, "Oh, Punk's a hypocrite. He says he's too banged up to wrestle, but he wants to fight." Blah 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 blah. And then all these people attacked her, rightfully so, for making that dumbass comment. So then she goes on a blocking spree and says, "It's my opinion and I'm going to stand by it." You can't stand by anything because I've seen your real picture and you're a fat hole. You look like the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. But anyway, he wouldn't get hurt as much because fighters don't fight. WWE wrestles like every year, every day of the year. In MMA, you have like 1 fight, 2 fights, 3 fights a year, and then that's it. Ronda Rousey this year alone is probably only going to have 2 fights. But the problem I have with Punk in UFC now is that the man is 36 years old. His knees are fucked up. His body's broken down. He's going to get his fucking ass kicked. And then Tommy Oliver, you guys remember the Green Power Ranger, the White Ranger with Saba, the sword? Jason, what's his name? Jason David Frank, I think. He wants to fight Punk. That match would be big, and I would definitely pay money to see that. But let's be honest, Jason David Frank, as old as he is, he would kill Punk in a fucking fight. He's going to beat the fuck out of Punk. He's going to take Saba and shove Saba right off CM Punk's ass. His skinny fat ass. And then he's going to shove fucking Megazord up so far up Punk's ass, WWE ice cream bars will come out. But yeah, Punk, no comment on him anymore. I'm unbiased at this point. It's old news. It's dying. And CM Punk, I hope him and AJ don't come back, man. People saying that one day, maybe 10 years from now, the price will be right and one or both of them will come back. I don't care. Punk did change the business. I was gonna say though, when he cut that promo, that started a revolution, whether you want to believe it or not. But in my opinion, it didn't start a good one, because now all these fucking indie guys have come in since that promo, and I know there were some there before, but they would never have gotten pushed if it wasn't for that. It started with Bryan, and now you got Seth Rollins, and then you've got all these guys, Hideo Itami, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Neville, just a legion of fucking vanilla midgets. And then even if they're not from the indies, the WWE homemade ones are the ones that people want pushed, like Dolph Ziggler and Cody Rhodes. I'm even hearing some talk about pushing The Miz. What the fuck? Sandow. What the fuck, man? When John Laurinaitis, that piece of shit was a cocksucker. But when he was running the NXT, a bunch of guys with no characters, but at least they were big. You know, you had Roman Liaki, Leo Kruger, who's now Adam Rose. You had Bo Dallas, Biggie Langston, Skip Sheffield, who's the Ryback. I think that was like the last guy that got called up like that before this indie shit happened. And now you got Triple H. Yeah, the indies. And people say TNA is a glorified indie. Look at NXT, brother. It's an indie fed with announcers. Like, it's the same thing. And that's what they're trying to be, but whatever. So yeah, in my opinion, Punk and his promo are to blame for this. Now these indie guys who wanted the indies to be an alternative are watching the WWE and ruining it, and they want to turn the WWE into the indies. So yeah, we got Punk to thank for that, but yeah. I could care less what happens to Punk at this point. I'll definitely see his first fight if it ever happens, but I could care less what happens to him or AJ at this point. People just need to stop fucking chanting their name already. And then some people are defending it. People will be like, people with a brain will be like, why are you chanting this guy's name? Oh, because we're letting the company know. You're not letting them know shit. Like, he's gone. He's not coming back, you know? The fuck? Stop it. Seriously. But yeah, Punk is now in UFC. I'm hearing that he might quit that too. Wouldn't surprise me. I'd rather see AJ on TV. I would have respected the disrespect I had for Punk. I would have gained it all back if he had went to TNA. And it'd be nice to see him and AJ there, but it's not going to happen. So, yeah. I could care less what happens to AJ or Punk at this point. Yeah, that's my thought and opinion. Subscribe to Gene Carlos. Take care, Trojans.